Listen, you're not just dating her, you're dating her past, her priorities, and her entire world. And if you don't understand that up front, you'll mess it up before it even begins. So listen closely, because dating a woman with kids is a different ballgame, and most men have no idea how to play it right. And that's why I got you today.
Oh, my friends. Yeah. We're going to talk about dating a single mom today. And one of my subscribers on Instagram sent me this video last night, and I figured I will cover it. Because, listen, we've all heard the messages, don't date single moms. It rarely ever works out for the better for the man. Okay?
Dating a single mom is hard, but it's not impossible.
What is up with these older men that do not want to commit? They're pushing 40. They don't know what they want. They're balding.
I am a baby mother. I am a single mother of 3. So if a guy hears that or sees that and...
A man stepping into stepfather mode is hard, which is why many men don't date mothers.
Everyone talks about the mental trauma you go through when you first realize you're about to be a single mom.
And this message is permeating amongst the male community, the manosphere. And so a lot of women are left in the cold if they have a child. Worse, if they've had a child and never been married. Kind of less if they've had a child during a marriage and left the husband. But 90% of the time, most men are not looking at women who have kids for a serious relationship. They will hit it, but they will not marry them. That's it. But the reason why I found this video interesting is because here is a woman trying to sell you on how you should date a single mother. And I want you guys to understand one thing. My mother was a divorced mother who found my father with 3 kids, right? She came from an abusive husband who fell into alcoholism, and it got ugly, and she was beautiful at that time. And her and my father hooked up, and subsequently, he had 4 more kids with my mother. But there's one fundamental difference between women of the past and women today. Women of the past understood their role as a mother. And if they had been involved with a man, but my mother never had any kids out of wedlock. She had all of her kids with her ex-husband, right? But she understood her role that, hey, there is a new man in the house. He is now the father of all the kids. There was no, oh, leave my kids alone. No. My father was the man of the house, and everybody fell in line, including the other man's kids and, of course, me and my 3 other sisters. So I want you to understand, my friends, there is the significant difference, and it can be done. It's just that today's modern women don't play by the same rules as your grandparents did. That's the difference. So I want to respond to this woman's video simply because she is selling you on the fact, and I don't understand why women don't see that there is no real upside to the man. But I want you guys to listen to her because I want you to see how well she sells it. But I want you guys to watch this just in the event that you are looking or you fell in love with a single mom and you are going to make that move. I want you to be prepared, my friends, because I think it's a well put together video. All right, let's get into it. The name of the creator on this video is
Jessica OS here. Welcome to the channel.
And wow, she got 1.4 million subscribers. And the title of this video is Dating a Woman with Kids? Don't Make These Mistakes. Okay, let's get into it from a female's perspective, shall we, gentlemen?
So in this video, I'm going to break down 5 things you must understand before dating a woman with kids, from what not to say to how to win her heart without overstepping boundaries. You ready? Let's get into it. Number 1, her kids come first always. Look, I don't care how charming you are, how many dates you've taken her on, or how connected you two feel. The truth is her kids will always be the center of her world. And if you can't handle that, then this is perhaps your chance to bow out gracefully. Because the reality is you're not competing with her kids, right? You're competing with the idea of a man who gets it. A man who understands that when she cancels plans last minute because her son has a fever or when she's too exhausted to talk after dealing with school drama all day, it's not personal. It's parenthood. There are too many guys who keep making this mistake. They feel like they're not a priority, so they start pulling away, getting passive aggressive, or even guilt tripping her for not making time. And that's not masculine, right? It's insecure. What actually impresses her? A man who says, hey, I totally get it. Take care of your little one. I'll check in tomorrow.
Yeah. And you're insecure. Wow. The man requesting time with the woman he loves is insecure. Wow. In this, my friend, if you're considering marrying a woman, this is rule number one. You are not at the top of her list, even though you should be, because this is the mistake a lot of single mothers make. She needs freaking help with the kid, not you. This is another problem that women make in their marriages. A good mother is not one who has a child and takes care of that child. A good mother is one who keeps a man, a husband nearby to teach that child how to be a well-rounded human being. That is a good mother. So her priority should be, let me focus on that man, take care of his needs first, because I need him in my life. If you keep going to the whims of the child and ignoring that essential part of your life, you will lose. Now listen, if the man is a freaking whiny little shit, why are you not spending enough time with me? Why? I'm not talking about that man. I'm talking about if 100% of the time your child whines and you have something to do with this man, you need to put the child's feelings on the back burner.
What's going on here?
We hungry. We hungry.
A lot of kids, like, what are they doing here?
What you mean what they doing here? I thought she was gonna feed us. My baby's hungry.
Yeah, feed us. Hey, well, look, this is the first day. We got to get to know each other before I even get in your kids' life.
Baby, this is a package deal.
Package
my
deal?
kids.
We're not doing this where you bring your kids here to get fed. Like, nah, I ain't even got money for that. And he looked like he paid for his own meals. Not 12. He is not 12. He got a beard. No, we're not doing it, all right?
Are you serious?
If you wanted a free meal, you could have texted me that you wanted a free meal. Yeah, I gotta, I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Hey, brother. We said we hungry, okay?
I got time for
Hey. You don't want to know what happened to the last dude that stepped out on the bill, all right?
Let him know, Day-Day.
He gonna pay for us. We's hungry.
Tell him, Day-Day.
Okay, since it's the first day, I feel like we can make things work. You know what I'm saying? See how it goes. You know what I mean?
Y'all like that, kids?
Yeah.
Cool.
No.
All right, let's go. Good decision.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, child, you got to be able to say to your child, okay, don't worry, I will do it tomorrow, but today mommy has to take care of something else. There's a man over there that has some needs that need to be taken care of. Trust me, you take care of that man, this kid will be better off, and you will as well. This is the stupidity, the selfishness that women keep telling each other, that you got to take care of that child first. If the child ain't freaking dying, if the child is not going to be horribly uncomfortable, put some effort into that man. They're equally important. Otherwise, you're going to be alone. Trust me on this, ladies. Which one you prefer? A bawling, spoiled child that you have coddled all your life, but you're alone and you're suffering with the bills every month. You don't have any time for yourself because there's no man to share the time. Take the child to school while you take some rest. While you're doing some homework with the child, the man is in the kitchen cooking something or going to take out the garbage or fixing something in the house or host of other things that you could have him doing and assisting you while you take care of your child. Or you're going to take care of your child and ignore the man because my child comes first. You would be an idiot to do that. You want to hear from a man's perspective? This is it. When my mother had freaking 8 kids to look after, and my father needed food or he needed something, our asses had to sit back and she take care of her husband first. That's how women did it in the past. That's where you women are losing.
The man who brings over groceries when she's stuck at home with a sick child. The man who shows empathy instead of entitlement. When you respect her relationship with her kids, you're not just building trust with her, you're building a foundation that makes her see you as long-term material. Because you're showing her, I don't just want you when it's easy, I want you when it's real. And believe me,
I don't want you when it's easy, I want you when it's real. What kind of bullshit is that? You should say, I want you when it's hard. That's why you got to put some interest in the man. This is why you women keep losing. You're all talking like you are you're negotiating from a place of power and importance when you're the one that's desperately in need of a man. There are millions of other single women out there without kids. And you're talking and giving these women advice as if, oh, this is a prize right here. She has kids. And she's single, and she's the prize. Come on, lady. Now, if you're explaining how the woman is thinking, that's great. But that's not going to help her, I can tell you that.
If she sees you as the man who can handle her reality without crumbling, she'll start seeing you as something much more than just a boyfriend. She'll see you as a partner, a protector, a rock. Number 2, be consistent, not clingy. So here's something a lot of men miss. Single moms don't need a superhero. They just need a man who shows up when he says he will. Her life is already unpredictable, between the school runs, the homework, the last-minute doctor appointments, and trying to find 15 minutes to herself, right?
You see what I'm talking about? If she had a man that she put some priority into, then she would be able to get this from that man. Right now, she don't have those things. Because that child, as long as that child is awake, you better be watching that child. Your job as a mother, when that child is young, is to stop it from self-deleting. And that doesn't stop until they're around 18, 19 years old. Okay? And even then it gets even worse because now they think they're all that.
The last thing she needs at this point is a man who adds more uncertainty to her day. So I'll make one thing clear. Consistency is key. If you say you'll call her at 8, don't hit her up at 10:30 talking about, oh, my bad, time flew. If you schedule a date, don't flake because your boys randomly chose that very time to hang out. She's not just carving time out of her day for you. She's arranging babysitters, juggling schedules, and taking emotional risks just to spend time with you. So you got to respect that. Now, this is important.
Yeah, she's right there. But whether she's a single mom or a woman who don't have kids, be consistent. That's who you should be as a man. Whether you're consistent with the boys or whether you're consistent with a single mother or a woman without kids, that's just being a good, solid man. Reliability and consistency are the cornerstones of good men. Not boys, good, responsible men.
Consistency doesn't mean being clingy. A consistent man is someone who follows through, not someone who texts every 5 minutes saying, what you doing, right? She doesn't need a babysitter. She needs a solid man with his own life who just happens to be dependable as hell. And when she sees that you're not playing games, not acting hot 1 minute and cold the next, that's when she'll start to feel safe around you. And once she feels safe, that's when her affection becomes consistent as well. Now, most men think that attraction is all about looks and money. But with a single mom, emotional reliability is the aphrodisiac. When she knows she can count on you, she actually will start choosing you each and every time. Not out of desperation, but out of trust. Number 3, don't try to be the dad. Not too soon, anyway. Now, one of the biggest traps men fall into when dating a woman with kids is this. They rush in thinking they have to instantly step into stepfather role, right? Bad move. Look, I get it. You're a good guy. You want to be helpful. You want to show her that you're serious. But let me tell you something that's really, really important and good for you to remember. Those kids already have a dad. Now, whether he's present or not, you trying to fill that space too quickly could feel invasive. The truth is, your job is not to replace their father. Your job in the beginning is to simply show up as someone who's emotionally mature, respectful, and kind. So focus on building a connection with her first, because if she doesn't trust you yet, why will she even want you around her kids like that? And when the time comes that you do meet the kids, take it slow. Be friendly, not forceful. Don't try to enforce rules. Don't tell them how to act. Don't overstep. Just be that calm, stable energy in the background. Let them get curious about you. Let them warm up to you at their own pace.
All the responsibility, none of the authority. No benefit to a man. Don't try to be the dad. He already has a dad. But who's paying all the little bills? You are. It just blows my mind. This woman go on like, you are getting a prize when you have a single mother and a kid that you can't even father. Wow.
Think of it like this, right? You earn access to her kids by how you treat her, not by trying to win the kids over directly. If she sees that you're respecting her parenting decisions, that you support her boundaries, that you don't push your way in, she'll naturally begin to open up that door. And when that happens, that's when the real lasting bond can start to form. Not forced, not rushed, just real. Bottom line, you don't need to be their dad on day one. You just need to be a man worth respecting. And that's how you eventually become someone they admire and she trusts. Number 4, flexibility is your superpower. Let's keep it real. Dating women with kids means unpredictability is the norm.
You know, it sounds so good. And I'm going to use a term women use a lot, and I don't really like it, but I know you understand what I'm saying. It sounds so good on paper, but in practice, whoo, man.
I have officially reached the fuck it stage of dating. Want to go silent on me for a night? You. On to the next. You want to tell me that life is so overwhelming and you just need some space right now? You. I'm a single mom with 2 kids and 3 jobs. Life is overwhelming all the time. Put on your big boy pants and fucking deal with it. You want to tell me that, oh, I just need to figure my life out. I just don't know what to say or what to do right now? You. Again. This woman waits around for no one. No one anymore. I made those mistakes. This is not what I do now. So we're just going to carry on and be fabulous and say, fuck you. If you're not a fuck yes, then I'm a fuck you. Have a nice day.
When that woman got you, when you are married, when you are in it deep, and she needs to punish you, put you in your place. Those are my kids. Don't talk to my kids like that. You are not my daddy. And I'm saying this because I'm talking for the thousands, if not tens of thousands of emails and comments that I have gotten over the 2.5 years that I've been doing this. Because I've done many videos. Because one of the things that made me break out on this space is talking about single mothers. Just read the comment sections. It's insane how many fathers have gotten screwed over by single mothers, ruined their lives. So I get what you're saying, my dear. I really do. But I can tell you, man, the risk is just not worth it for many men. I wish I could tell you, gentlemen, and all you ladies, that this could be an amazing relationship. And I know there are stories like mine where we had a great relationship with my mother and father. They were married 40-odd years. There was no talk about divorce or leaving or anything like that. They both stayed with each other. Now, don't get me wrong. Shit wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Like all marriages, it had its ups and downs. But there was no divorce.
Her life doesn't run on a clean, uninterrupted schedule, right? It runs on last-minute Lunchables, school emails at 11 p.m., surprise fevers, plans that change without notice. So here's the mindset shift that you need to make. If you're the kind of man who gets frustrated every time she has to reschedule or cancel or change the vibe of the night, you're going to lose her very fast because she's not being flaky. She's just being a mom. And the man who gets that, who can roll with it, adopt, and not take everything personally is a rare man. Yeah, a lot of guys don't know how to do it. That man is valuable. Think about it. If you're planning a romantic dinner and suddenly she calls saying, well, her kid threw up and she has to stay indoors, most men will sulk or pull the whole, well, why do I even bother card? But a high-value man says, hey, I totally understand. Do you need me to drop off anything, soup, medicine, ice cream for you? It's that simple, and that simple shift.
No, he won't. More than likely, he'd be happy because he don't have to spend money. He'd be more than happy to go and take a takeout. And it depends on how far you've gone in the dating process. But if he's met the kids already, that man will be more than happy to do a takeout on the couch while the kid is sleeping and both of you watching TV, doing some light fondling. If it's fresh in the relationship where he's not met the kids before, then that's a different story. Can't get it done. If you guys are just in that hooking up stage where you haven't seen the kids yet, then that's a different story. There might be some frustration there, especially if the man has not had kids. But most men understand what the hell is going on. But all that takes is effective communication. If she can't go out with him that night, and because he made plans and now he's at home by himself, that can easily be taken care of with her at home and both of you having some, intimate talks on the telephone, for example. In other words, you're still connecting, but, you got to understand that these things occur. All I'm doing is suggesting. I can see both sides, but I'm showing you solutions to these problems. It's the lack of communication that kills a lot of these relationships up front. It's dead before they even get started.
Going from disappointment to support tells her everything she needs to know about your character. You're not just there for the good times. You're adoptable. You're calm under pressure. You're emotionally intelligent. And trust me, a woman who's juggling a child and a life doesn't fantasize about abs and sports cars. She fantasizes about a man who shows up when life gets chaotic and makes things feel a little easier. Don't forget, the guy who's probably not in her life that she has the kids with did not exhibit any of these traits. Flexibility doesn't mean being a doormat, though. It means you're emotionally grounded enough to adjust without drama. That's the energy of a man who leads with strength and not ego. And that's unforgettable. Number 5, she's not damaged. She's experienced. So let's clear this up right now. Dating a woman with kids does not mean she comes with baggage. It simply means she comes with experience. She's not broken. She's definitely not used up. She's a grown woman who's been through some real life stuff and survived it.
Yeah, that's like trying to slap lipstick on a pig and calling it Miss Piggy. Oh, look how cute it is. No, it is the man's baggage, not hers. She is scarred. You cannot show me a single mother who's trying to juggle life on her own who isn't scarred, because life becomes a serious battle when she's trying to navigate life, a profession, home care, and a kid. That, my friends, goes beyond experience.
I just so badly want a family. And I feel ridiculous sitting here in my car right now crying. But I just saw a video of a husband and a wife, and they went in their little toddler's room and picked her up, and they were like getting her dressed and stuff, and I just can't stop crying. And I can't wait till I'm like at that point in my life. I want to find my person. I want to be in a happy, healthy relationship. And I never have. I don't know what that experience is like. And yes, I have a family. It's my daughter and myself, and we have this perfect little unit that works great for us. But I so badly want to be able to give her more. I want to be able to model a relationship for her, a healthy relationship. I want to be able to give her siblings. And I, for myself, want that so badly. I want to feel loved and appreciated. And I know that just might not be my season of life right now. I get it. But it's something like I want so incredibly bad. Like, so bad. I wish I could explain, like, the ache that I have in my heart to have that. And, like, growing up, I didn't have that. I've never seen a healthy relationship. My mom was a single mom. She was married to many different men, none of who were healthy. R.I.P. Mom. But I don't even know what that's like. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that feels like. And I want it. I really freaking want it.
Men have to deal with issues. When women go through serious times and pressure, they see this as trauma. Men gets experiences because men do not hold on to emotional scars like women do. Women are more emotional. Every single event that occurs in her life, she experiences a higher degree of trauma. Women suffer from a higher degree of neuroticism, meaning she responds to negative emotions much more severe than men do. That's why women cry under what we call normal circumstances. We don't get emotional about a lot of shit. And we're conditioned from a very early age to just, hey, suck it up, move the hell on, dude. Where women are coddled. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. Mommy's here. It's okay. Daddy's here. It'll be okay. No, we don't go through that shit. So don't tell me about experience. They go through freaking trauma. They hold on to it as well.
And if that intimidates you, then you're not ready for her. A woman who's raising kids on her own has already been tested emotionally, financially, spiritually, you name it. She doesn't have time for drama, empty promises, or emotionally unavailable men.
There's that word again. intimidates you, you must be, oh, I'm so intimidated. Oh. It repulses men. The word is repulse, push away, repel, because men know women when they go through shit, because he's going to experience all of that. What you call life experience, he is now going to get all of that thrown at him. You know how hard I gotta work? Huh? You know how hard? I'm tired. It never stops. Every grown man knows that he's been with a woman who's had experience, aka trauma. That's why women need so much freaking therapy. Now you're forcing men to go face their trauma. No, men don't need freaking therapy. All they need is a bloody gym, punching bag, some whiskey, couple of hoes, and he's good. Tell me I'm wrong, gentlemen.
She's not playing games because life already handed her reality. And here's the part that most men overlook. This woman has depth. She's seen love. She's felt heartbreak. She's wiped tears, hers and her kids. She's learned how to rebuild her world and still show up with a smile on her face. That's not baggage. That's strength in stilettos. So when you approach her like she's lucky to have your attention, like you're doing her a favor by dating her, you're finished before you even begin. But when you approach her with respect, when you admire her maturity, her clarity, her resilience, you unlock a version of her that most men never get to see.
No, that's trauma. And every man that comes thereafter, he's going to feel some measure of it. That's why men prefer younger women with less baggage. Because every single event that occurs where he says something wrong, she's going to pull that out of her memory. How dare you talk to me like that? My ex used to talk to me like that and I freak out at her. That's why we're not together now. My ex used to do that. Oh, like, holy Christ. Woo! Men got to put up with that shit. So don't play this like it's a nice thing that she's had experience. No, there is no woman that would go to a battle and get scars and recovered from that battle and go back into society and say, oh, look at me, I've been through battle. She's no longer beautiful. A man goes to battle and he comes out with some scars. Women look at him and say, ooh, wow, yeah, he's not a bitch. This is a guy that I know can protect me. He went through it and he came out. He's good. Tell me I'm wrong.
Because while she might have her guard up, it's not made of steel. It's made of standards. And if you meet those standards with authenticity and effort, she'll give you loyalty, passion, real partnership like you never experienced. So stop thinking of her as a woman with complications or baggage.
I can't help it but laugh, man. Yes, of course. Don't be a condescending ass and make her think, hey, you lucky to be even talking to you. You're lucky that I'm even giving you a chance. You're single. But no, that's just crass, immature. It's not how men approach issues. But if she comes with this attitude where you're lucky to have me and she's not humbling herself, that's when you should walk away, my friend. Because if she come with some attitude like, yeah, well, it's me and my kids, we come in as a package, and I expect to be treated like this, and I expect this, and I want this, and I want that, and you should be able to do this. That's red. Those are not even red flags. Those are freaking bombs going off. You stay the hell away from that. Because this is what she's insinuating, that the man should be fortunate to be dating a single mother. Millions, hundreds of millions of single younger women out there. They are options, gentlemen.
Start seeing her as a woman with clarity. She knows who she is. She knows what she wants. And if you're the kind of man who can match her energy, she'll change your life. She'll compliment you in the best ways possible. Guys, dating a woman with kids is not for the faint-hearted. It takes patience, it takes maturity, and most of all, it takes a man who's confident enough to step into a world without trying to control it, okay? What most guys never realize is if you get it right, you won't just have a good woman. You'll have a woman who knows how to love with depth, loyalty, and fire. She's not chasing butterflies. She's choosing stability, presence, and real connection. So if you're that man, keep showing up with strength, not ego. With consistency, not chaos. Because the way you handle this relationship will show her exactly what kind of future she could build with you. Think about it.
And you can get that exact same thing with a woman without a child. This is a beautiful ad for single mothers. It really is. It sounds beautiful. Nice music in the background. The bottom line is the risk of a single mother versus just a single woman without kids is way too high for most men. Actually, for all men. All men. With the divorce rates at as high as they are, and the laws that do not favor men in any way, shape, or form when it comes to divorce, you don't only lose the woman when she leaves you, but you lose a child that you fell in love with as well. And if you fell in love with that child, more than likely you will be paying that woman out for that child that isn't yours. If you adopt that child, you lose access to the child and you still got to pay for that child. So all I'm saying, gentlemen, is it really worth it? Let me know what you think of the video. Let's have a conversation in the comment section for sure. And subscribe if you haven't. Book a session with me if you need any help with your life, my friends. If you need mentoring, I'm here for you. So until tomorrow, remember, my friends, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.